centered. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Might be. Usually this shape is dynamic, but PG-48. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think they're just kind of quiet, but I can hear it coming out of there. It's just a little bit of projection assistance. Right. Yeah. I heard a panel earlier today, and they were in here, and some of them were a little quiet. So yeah. Gotcha. 1, 2, 1, 2. Da doo doo. Yeah, I just got to be right up on it. I'm good to start. Yeah, Howard seemed like he had a few people that he was signing for, so I can vamp for a while. Yeah. I think I'll be good, but like if y'all have somebody on staff, like little just like reminder things are helpful for sure. Yeah. A 15-minute and a 5-minute should be good. Yeah. Hello, welcome. Oh wait, I was gonna text Drew real quick. I put a little sticky note to tell people if they come to my table they can come down here for this, but I put the wrong number. I put P3 and this is P4. See if Drew can't do that for me. Hello, welcome. All you Honkai fans. Hey!
We're back here again.
We're back. Well, I made the mistake yesterday. I misspoke. This is P4. We were in P3 yesterday.
Oh, whoops.
That's my bad.
Looks the same.
Looks the same. It's a convention room. Yeah, you got to kind of like get right up on them and test.
Is this?
Yeah.
Is this?
No. It's on.
Okay.
But it's slightly on.
Okay. It's cold in here.
I love it.
Oh God.
I'm warm-blooded, so
Yeah, I'm not right now.
the colder the better. Just kidding. Sometimes it can be too cold.
Yeah, the cold bothers me anyway.
Let the storm rage on.
Yeah, I'm raging all right.
Against the machine.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God, we got all the cosplayers.
Welcome.
Yeah.
We are
We're honking.
we're honking.
We're railing.
Yeah.
We're starring.
Oh wow, there's a lot of you guys. Still people are coming in. Is that
Yeah.
everybody? Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. How much time we got? Oh, we're 2 minutes late. We got to get started.
Yeah. Welcome to the Honkai Stare Rail panel.
Hello.
Or, sorry, the gambling addict panel, right?
What's that? I'm sorry. No, we don't need the projector. We're going to be playing Honkai on the projector. No, it's joking.
Yeah. I only project when I talk to people. No, I'm just kidding.
But hi, welcome. Have any of you guys are any of you guys repeats from yesterday's Haikyuu panel that we did yesterday? Yeah. Thanks for coming out, and it's good to see so many fresh faces on this fine Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. Is it afternoon already?
Yeah, it's 1:30.
Oh boy.
But hi, I'm just gonna introduce myself. I'm Bryson Baugus. I play Gepard Landau from Bellabog.
He's all right.
We're the Bellabog crew.
I voiced the hero of Bellabog himself, Luka, in Honkai Stare Rail. Yeah. Or as I like to call him, Boot Hill at home.
We have Boot Hill at home.
It's fine.
You know what? That was me with Aventurine. We don't need blonde Gamble.
Yeah,
we have blonde preservation at home.
Yeah,
and he's more reliable.
Gepard is Aventurine at home.
Yeah.
That's fine. It happens.
Oh yeah. You know what? He's harder to get. So you know what? He's rarer. Therefore, Gepard's more special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this is the Honkai Stare Rail panel.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with some of our other stuff, feel free to ask questions about anything we've been a part of. But this is just kind of a general free flow Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand, of course. Otherwise, we'll just keep vamping for time until we see a hand.
Yeah.
But
pretty much.
how have y'all been this weekend so far? Are y'all here? Yeah. Are y'all here mostly? Is everybody here just for today, or is there any people that have been here all weekend, all 4 days? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How many of y'all just today? A good mix of you. Yeah, okay. Hope you guys are able to check out all the fun festivities that they have on offer here at Anime Fest. But yeah, how have you been, Howard?
I'm good.
You're good.
I'm floating through life.
Yeah. We're gonna go see Deadpool tonight. And that's gonna
Pool of Dead.
He invited me out. I was like, oh. Yes, of course I'll come.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. But yeah.
I guess. How did you get into Honkai Stare Rail?
How did I get into Honkai Stare Rail? I feel like I kind of tripped and fell into it.
Yeah.
There's a casting director that I had never worked with before that was they got sent my materials by somebody else I'd worked with prior, and they were just like, oh yeah, we loved your demo and everything like that. And then they started sending me auditions for random just like mobile games here and there.
Sure.
And then eventually the Hoyoverse one came out, or it was like, we're getting the new MiHoYo game. They didn't put the name or anything. It was under like a working title. And so I didn't know what it was at all. And I saw Gepard and they were like, oh, he's like the captain of the guard and everything. And I'm used to playing like the more tenor, younger sounding boys and stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try and see if I can't stretch myself a little bit more. And so I was like super surprised when they were like, oh yeah, we'll cast you as this guy. And I was like, okay, now I got to really try. But no, yeah, it was exciting to get to be a part of it, and then to find out later on that like, oh, this is like a big deal. I'm like, oh god, this is
surprise. 2 years later,
yeah,
big deal.
2 years later, it's a huge deal, and then here you guys all are. But how did you get into Honkai Stare Rail?
I got an audition from my agent because Luka came out a little bit later. He wasn't part of like the launch roster, even though he was in the launch trailer. So whatever. But so like it had changed hands a couple times, I think, in the studio and the casting and stuff. But I came through like any other audition, and I did it, and I was just crossing my fingers.
Did they have artwork for you when?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea what it looked like. Because they're very, very secretive about that. But the funny thing about what happened with my casting is that I had already done NPCs in the game.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So like really early on, it's like just some people in the space station. And there's one NPC I did, and his name is Lukash. Which is literally just Luka with a CS at the end.
Oh my gosh.
So then when they called me in for the session, they were like, okay, we have more hours for Howard for Luka. I was like, are you sure? Because I was like, there's no way I booked a playable.
Are you sure?
I was like, are you sure about that?
Lukash.
And then I was like, am I the character that I just auditioned for, Luka, or am I the NPC that I played before, Lukash? And they're like, yes. I was like, That doesn't answer my question.
I think whoever was booking it was confused too.
Yeah, they were very confused. But then they eventually clarified. They're like, this is the character he auditioned for, and Luka. I was like, cool. And then the booking details came through, and then it said Lukash on it. I was like, which one is it? Turned out it was both. So I had a pickup for the NPC, and then it was also Luka.
Okay.
So I was real nervous with the whole booking process, but ended up being fine.
Yeah. Those are some of my favorite bits to do in Honkai. Is the bits like that outside of Gepard, because Gepard once Belobog kind of ended, they still call me back to like reprise a few other just like bits and NPCs that I did as well.
You're in every like trailer.
That's the meme. I'm in most of the trailers. I'm in Kafka's trailer.
Yeah.
I'm in is it Robin's trailer?
Robin's trailer. You were in one really recently too.
Something.
Yeah.
I'm in a good handful of trailers. If you hear
Jade's trailer or something too.
I don't think I'm in Jade's trailer.
Yeah,
I
remember you were really recent. Maybe it might have been Robin.
I was announcing like the new hit album is coming out or something like that. So that was me. And like even in the overworld, you'll like find me randomly throughout like the Xianzhou, Luofu, and everything like that. But what I do like about being able to do those is that like Gepard, like I said, is in such like a specific part of my range that like now that I'm not using my normal range, I can like do whatever I want with the other characters, and then it won't sound like him. There's a scene in one of the events that I don't remember which event it was, but like. It's one that Gepard was a part of, and he addresses one of the guards, and the guard is me. Like, yes, sir, me.
That happens a lot.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I played. There's in Ethereum Wars. There's one NPC I played that was really really fun because Luka was in Ethereum Wars. He didn't have too much to say. He was just kind of there to be, I guess Elite Four, Pokemon event.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
And there was they had like their like not Team Rocket IPC people show up, and like because I just like did my Luka stuff like really really quick, they're like, all right, why have you play this NPC? And then they just literally played me a reference of James from Pokemon, and it was like, can you do this? I was like, yeah, I got you.
I can totally do that.
So that was really really fun. It was very very different from Luka. A lot of the NPCs we could have a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I did a couple of NPCs in Genshin as well, and one of them is just like this. He's like this mobster guy who works for the boss in Fontaine or something like that. I don't know the full context. I've never played Genshin, but
my NPCs in Genshin just get for no reason thirsted over.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's one dude in like Farina's story quest. And like he's like a theater guy, and then like there's like this animatic, and he's like in the play, he's like tied up, and then like that animatic play, then like a bunch of people online were like, yo, why this NPC kinda and then like in one of the newest patches, like Chlorine's story quest, I call it Chlorine. I was like the D&D like the warrior guy, and they're just like, yo, why this musketeer kind of? I'm just like, y'all need to relax.
Is it kind of like a similar situation to like Drew's character in Heaven Official's Blessing, where it's little guy who has no name, but for some reason the fans just love him?
There was like literally it was like there was a tweet of like just a screenshot of like my dude tied up in like the Farina story quest, and then it was just like they were just like thirsting over it, and I quote retweeted it. I was like, yeah, I voice him. Just like
calm down.
All lowercase, like no punctuation. It's like, yeah, I voice him, and that got like more likes than any other like announcement I've ever gotten.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah.
Calm yourselves. Well, this is the Honkai.
Yeah.
Y'all are the Genshin. Yeah.
Sorry, that's no longer the #1 earning mobile game of Hoyoverse. Yeah. Honkai Stare Rail's on top now, baby.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Take that.
As of like 2.2, I think.
Nice.
It took over. Yeah.
Awesome. But this is still a Q&A. If y'all have any questions, feel free to we can podcast it up here. But if y'all have any questions, yes. Played what?
Zenless Zone Zero.
I started it on my phone, but I had to like lower the settings to get like a solid 60 FPS because I'm that kind of gamer. So it wasn't running quite as smoothly as I wanted. So I'm gonna try and pick it up on PC eventually.
Yeah, I just saw the Z's and I just fell asleep. So, No, I haven't tried it yet. I just haven't had time.
It's as much as I love Honkai, I'm not as much of a turn-based person. I'm very much more of an action game player. So Zenless seems definitely more up my alley in terms of like the gameplay side of things.
It's really interesting because when Honkai was coming out, people were like, "Oh, there's auto battle. Like that's so like why is there auto battle?" And then now Zenless is coming out. They're like, "There's no auto battle. Like, how am I supposed to do my dailies if there's no auto battle?"
Play a game.
Yeah, I just like it's just interesting the contrast between like what people are used to and then something different.
Something different shows
comes
up.
out. Yeah.
No, but no, I definitely want to check out Zenless because it definitely seems more like my style of gameplay. Yes.
First off, see or play Luka's story quest in the game?
Yes.
I did the one with Zila.
Yeah.
Or is there? I just know the one when they first meet Luka.
Yeah. Yeah, the little girl.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Not that
intense.
Not as tragic as that.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, just recently, actually, I did a signing local to me in LA, and someone gave me a very, very nice letter, and it was very touching, and I was like very moved by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten a handful of letters like that too. Not like a whole stack or anything, but every now and then I'll get like one or two letters from fans, and it's I literally have a scrapbook just full of any fan art that like fans bring me, or like if they bring me like stickers and stuff, I'll sticker the back of the scrapbook with it and all that stuff. So like
Nice.
I love that stuff. I really treasure it, to be honest. It's
Same.
super meaningful. But yeah, thank you for your question. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I don't want to divulge any of the contents of said letters because they're very personal oftentimes. But yeah. But
Mine said they hated Bryson. No, I'm just kidding.
they said, you know what, you're so much cooler and awesomer than Bryson Baugus, and for that, thank you so much.
Super random, but Bryson Baugus.
It's like, screw that guy. No. Yes.
So, as voice actors,
Mm-hmm.
how does seeing your voice being put into something, dynamic and action-based, like a playable character, compare to something more static, like an NPC or a piece of an anime?
Honestly, it's when I started doing more video game work, especially like for I guess titles and companies that I really always wanted to work with. Just I don't know, running around and triggering lines like as I do stuff, and like in games, like when you're playable, like you have lines that play like repeatedly, like in battle, just hear the same stuff, which is like I don't know, that's part of the charm, honestly. And I remember, I think the first time that was like really like it really hit me for some reason was it was Octopath. Octopath Traveler 2. I voiced Hikari in that, and like for some reason when I was playing through, I was like, oh my god, I'm in a video game.
Yeah.
And, like I'm like the guy. Even though I've done like other video games in the past, I'd played them too, but I was like, I don't know. And then Stare Rail for sure, like because I've always wanted to be a playable in a Hoyoverse game, and getting the chance to do that, and like I don't know, just pulling the character and then like doing the thing and doing builds, and like I don't know, it was just special.
Yeah.
It just hits different when I don't know, when you trigger the lines and you can hear the same like battle stuff over and over.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. Like I was a couple of NPCs in other games before, but never a character that I could select to be my walk around and be that avatar. And just like anytime we finish a battle, we caught them unawares. And just like all that stuff, just the little triggers and stuff from like opening chests and things, and then being able to go into battle and just hearing like myself fighting and stuff. It's definitely super cool. But yeah, was there another hand I thought I just saw? Thank you for your question, by the way. Yes.
If Gepard and Luka were in the Hunger Games, like who would win?
I haven't watched or read the Hunger Games, but you said who would win?
Who would most likely to win, and who would have like the best strat to win?
I'm
I'll be honest, Luka would probably lose pretty quick. I don't think he strategizes that much. You know when the thing starts and people run for the weapons instead of getting the lay of the land or getting smart with their surroundings. Luka would run for the weapons. That's what he would do.
I think. Again, I haven't seen the movies or read the books or anything, but if it is more strategic and stuff like that, it sounds like Gepard might do pretty decent. He's a captain of a whole group of guards.
Captain, he has that strategic mind, and also if he has a defensive play style, playing defense works best in Hunger Games.
And he can
he can die once.
He can die again. Yes. Right there. Yes.
Honkai Stare Rail.
Honkai Stare Rail. Yeah. Yes. Oh, he didn't have to convince me of anything.
He just put in the group chat, "Hey, who wants to do a song?"
And we were like, "Me."
React to this message, and then just everybody started to react. Honestly, I think he had to cut people because there was too many. Too many people wanted to do it.
It's really hard to balance that many people. But singing is such a huge part of what I do, and I don't get to do it as often as I want to. So any opportunity to be like, "Hey, who wants to be a part of this song? Get me in there, please." Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you. For those of you who don't know, we were part of. Were you in the Interstellar Journey one as well?
No, Luka wasn't out in 1.0, so I wasn't allowed to do it.
We did covers of Interstellar Journey with all of the cast that was out, or most of the cast that was out at that point. We did White
people.
Light. We
Yeah.
did White Light. I did a cover of Wildfire alongside Natalie Van Sistine, who plays Serval, and Risa May, who plays Lynx. You can find those all on Nick Leung's channel, and they're all super well put together. Nick did a great job with those.
Yeah. No, Nick is a crazy man.
Were you in one of the other group ones? Because the only ones I know of were the White Light one and the Interstellar Journey.
No, just the White Knight one.
Okay.
Because I wasn't in the Wildfire one, but even though Luka's in Wildfire.
Yeah, well, you know what? We take it up with management.
Maybe the next one.
Maybe the next one.
For 3.0, we'll have 90 people. In the
Exactly. Yes.
cast. Yeah.
No. Thanks for that question. I really appreciate it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I saw your hand
In the
up.
front, yeah.
This is the question for you as players.
Mm-hmm.
If Honkai Star Rail were to add more permanent banner characters, which path/element would you want them to?
Quantum.
Quantum.
They don't have a Quantum one in the standard banner yet. So
Do they
legitimately-
have? I guess Welt is an imaginary, but I
Welt
feel
was
like
the only imaginary for.
they
the
need
first
an imaginary
couple.
4-star on the permanent. Oh, Yukong is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like. So I haven't played that much in the past couple months, and I got pretty behind. I'm still on the second half of the Luofu the first time around, and what was I gonna say? I feel like I don't have a single maybe I need to level up some of my units because I just I don't have any leveled imaginary characters at all.
You're probably better built than Caleb is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. I'm a bit behind, but the thing is, I try to build pretty decently, but then I
Yeah.
don't have the time, and I don't want to spend all the money
That's
to
fine.
get more units than I already have leveled. Because I don't care about team comp. Gepard will never leave my team.
That's fair.
And I think I saw somebody else back there, and then I'll get you next. Yes. I'm sorry. Characters that you wish that we would see a little bit more of them interacting with others.
Who would you want Gepard to interact with?
Oh, I would want to hang out with Luka. He seems cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I mean it's reasonable to expect because they're both in Belobog. So I just want Gepard to interact with other Belobogians. Yeah. I feel like he could have a lot more interactions with Pela as well. They just kind of have a couple scenes together, but they have history. They work alongside each other. I wish that they had more interactions. One of my favorites is that scene with Gepard just showing up to Serval's house, and he's just like, "I think I left my mug here. Can I go? Can I just barge in and look around for it?" Those are fun.
Yeah. I think Luka and Gepard will eventually have a scene together.
You think so?
Yeah, it just makes sense. Belobog, he just needs to go upstairs. Come
on.
Yeah. Like for me, like just to be selfish. So my best friend Alejandro Saab voices Jingyuan. So like some crazy world where Luka meets Jingyuan, that would be crazy. I mean, one's on Belobog, one's on the Luofu, but like, who knows? Maybe we'll meet on the train one day.
Yeah. Argenti?
Argenti kind of hops around wherever though. That'd be kind of cool.
He just goes where he wants.
Yeah.
I have done the Argenti introductory side mission, but that's all I've seen of him so far.
That's kind of all he's got.
Knights of Beauty. He'd see Gepard and be like, "Oh, that's a beautiful night."
Yeah. They wouldn't have a night off, kind of thing.
Night off.
Yeah, they have a night off. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah.
What was that? I'll be fine without her. It's just Zila.
I feel like I don't think I ever had any interactions with Zila in the show either. Or in the show. In the game.
The Honkai Stare Rail anime.
Outside of like the boss fight, but that's
Yeah.
and that I think is like she's just kind of there or something. But
Yeah, she's more chilling with the player and stuff. And
yeah, exactly. In the manga.
Well, in Bronya.
Oh, in Bronya.
Yeah.
I thought you were making a joke. He was like, oh, he chills with the player a little bit more in the manga.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think they might have some more interactions like off screen since Zila's hanging around Bronya all the time now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had another question?
Yeah. What's your favorite song in Honkai Star Rail that isn't Wildfire?
Favorite song?
White Knight.
White Knight's a lot of fun.
Most of Robin's songs are really good too.
Yeah. I haven't gotten very far into Penacony. I've heard that they added so much new music in Penacony that like I really need to catch up, if only just to hear all the music.
Yeah. The way they use Robin's music, like narratively, is like it's incredible.
Then some of her music might be my favorite once I get there.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it for me. I think
Drop
I
a
saw
train
another
on
hand somewhere in the crowd, but I don't remember where. Any other questions? You and then Blade. Oh, Blade? Okay, yes. I really like Zila. Purple's my favorite color, and Molly's a good friend of mine, and I think she did such a great job as Zila, and she's a fun character. I like her design. She's cool. Yeah. I like her scythe.
What kind of answer do I want to give?
Do you want to give the troll answer, or do you want to give the
Well,
earnest answer?
Do I give a degenerate answer? is
Oh, okay.
what I'm thinking about. Yeah, I could say Kafka, but
Kafka's really cool too.
Yeah. Try not to be like the. I could be worse and say Jade. No.
I've been in a committed relationship for like 10 years, so like I don't even register degen answers.
Yeah. I'll say. Boot Hill.
Boot Hill, yeah.
The censorship of Boot Hill is so one of a kind. that-
Wait, they censored him? Or?
Well, he says like not bad words, so
Oh,
he says
I
like
see.
fudge and fork.
He's
and
got them
very
euphemisms.
very
Yeah.
intentionally has the substitute words.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, never seen that kind of characterization in a game before. No, I don't lose 50-50s.
I'm trying to lose 50-50 so I can finally get. I'm trying to get more Gepards because everyone complains to me that they lose 50-50s to him, and I have yet to do it a single time. I pulled him naturally twice on the standard banner because you're gonna cringe, but I've spent like almost all my Stellar Jades on the standard banner to try to get more Gepards, and I had to get to the 300 to finally manually pick him for the third time. So he's at E2. Don't have his light cone. I have 3 of Welt's light cone.
Oh my God.
That's what I keep
You
losing
just
to.
buy his light cone.
I
You just save up the whale dust.
but I don't.
No, just save
Well,
up the whale dust.
I don't grind dailies enough to get like those are so expensive.
When you pull, you get anyway.
I don't spend money on this game.
That's fair.
I try to be as free to play as possible. Like every now and then, if I'm playing it for a good amount of time, I'll be like, okay, I'll throw like $10 at it, get the monthly battle pass thing.
Yeah.
But I try not to spend more than they've paid me to,
Yeah.
like some of our peers.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I pull every character, so it's
Yeah.
not a matter of if I get the character, it's how much will it take for me to get the character.
Yeah. I would like to have more Zilas though. I missed out on her rerun, and I still just have her at E0, and she's still my main damage dealer.
She's power crept, it's fine.
Oh, she's power crept.
Yeah, just get Acheron.
I do have Acheron.
No, just use Acheron then. Most expensive character? Boot Hill pulls were really, really bad. I don't remember. Maybe Rame? I don't know.
Rame?
I don't really remember.
Kafka, yes.
Do you guys have like any like bowling friends who work whenever you go down there in his life?
Doctor, you're huge.
I think I did that on stream after
Yeah.
the group one, just as a meme. It didn't work for me, unfortunately, but
You didn't think he was huge enough, dude.
yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't believe in it enough.
Yeah, you didn't
I will
believe in
say
the huge doctor.
I've lucked out on so many of like the limited banners though. Like I think for Silverwolf happened to be the main banner her first time coming around. When I picked it up again for like a short period of time, and it was like the last day she was available, I was like, I'll do a 10 pull, and I got her like within like the last 8 hours of her being available.
Oh, yeah.
And then the same exact thing happened with Acheron. And so
Those
like
are good ones to pick up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sampo. For obvious reasons. Yep, there you go. There you go.
I don't know if there's like story reasons for that vendetta or not, but like I thought he was fun.
Nah, he's a gross little rat man.
I didn't like him at first that much, but I've grown to like. I like cheeky characters that are just kind of like
I was
silly.
just mad because I was like, why is he evolved? Well, you haven't been to Pennyconey yet, but
Yeah, okay.
he shows up again
Oh,
on
okay.
Pennyconey.
I've heard that. Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, why him of all people? Like, couldn't have been anybody else on Bellabog. But
He did
no.
have that weird monologue after we beat Kokoli.
He does have some more.
It's
whatever.
like this guy's mysterious.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I know. Well, there's definitely characters that like I sideline a lot because I don't really like. There's only so many units that I can free to play level up that like pretty much any character that like. I don't really know Ching Chui that much. I don't hate any of the characters. I feel like none of them has like
She's
gotten to the point where
hilarious.
I'm like, oh, I hate this character. But it's just
Yeah.
more like
You just don't know
mechanically, there are characters that I'm just like I'm not familiar with very well, so I haven't interacted with them that
I
much.
think-
Ching Chui, I think what's Jing Yuan's son?
Yenching.
Yenching, yes. I
Yeah.
haven't interacted with him that much. So like just the characters I haven't really spoken
See-
with that much. I need to look more into.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned the characters that at least you'll think of. There are characters that people just forget exist.
Yeah.
Like Hanya.
And see, there's characters that like, I just haven't caught up, so there's characters I haven't met yet. So like
Yeah. See,
So-
the lack of reaction when I said Hanya just proves my point.
I think Asta's pretty frustrating as somebody who tries to be fiscally responsible.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yes. Any other questions? Yeah.
What is your favorite path from the game Baugus?
Favorite what?
Path, like
Oh, favorite path. Preservation. No.
Well, I mean, the
Lo-
IPC follows preservation. They're kind of.
No, I'm just joking. I don't think I'm familiar enough with the gods lore. I just think Destruction's god looks really cool. Like
Yeah,
I've
Nanook.
seen Nanook. That was their
Yeah.
name. Yeah. I think Nanook looks really cool.
Tom Nanook.
Tom Nanook.
Destroying your.
Buy a house and be
your-
in debt
your credit
forever.
Score. Yeah. I think thematically for Luka, but also just in general for story. I think Nihility. It was expanded upon really well with Acheron, but also just Luka's also Nihility. So I mean, multiple reasons why I think Nihility's cool.
In simulated universe, I feel like I find myself, just because I have my Gepard leveled up, I tend to go preservation route just because I can make it more broken than other ones. But I also like the eruditions. And just this, again, just gameplay mechanic wise.
Gepard could run Remembrance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the ice,
Yeah,
all the
Remembrance is
freezing.
freezing,
I've done
yeah.
those too. Yeah. But yeah, mechanically I like erudition and preservation a lot. Yes.
Which characters do you ship?
I'm not answering. that question. We're not
We
answering that
refrain
question.
from
Yeah.
responding to any. It's just like a thing.
It's just a safe,
Internet can
it's
get mad at
safer
us.
to not
It's safer
say
to not
anything.
commentate on
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, what's that? Sure.
Have you ever looked into Honkai Impact the Third?
Only to learn how well it got to Star Rail, which is, even looking into it, it's just shrug. I don't know.
Yeah.
Black hole.
I haven't looked into it much myself either. This is like the first gacha game I've ever played, and by extension, my first like Hoyoverse thing that I've seen. So it's yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not very familiar. What's up?
I've heard that things get pretty crazy in Honkai Impact the Third. I expect your heart to be tossed into the groin.
Oh yeah, I've had spoilers about some characters given to me about those for sure. I think I saw, was Anya, did you have your hand up too as well? Or? Oh, okay. Yeah. What kind of sport would our characters play?
Is boxing a sport?
I was gonna say boxing's a sport. What? I'm trying to think of what. Football. I don't know. What would Gepard play?
What was it? What's the thing you throw the ball?
Shot put.
Shot put.
Shot put. Yeah.
I feel like Luka and Gepard would do shot put.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Because they
That's a
just
good
have one arm with stuff on it, or like a one robot arm. Or one arm
You know
with
what?
stuff
Actually,
on
somebody
it.
mentioned soccer, and now that I think about it, he'd probably be a good goalie.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
put up the shield and just
Just-
like lay down. Yeah.
I think I saw one more back here, and then we'll do Gepard after. Yes.
Luka would lose another arm.
He'd be Mecha Luka.
He would have two mechanical arms. But I think it'd be really cool if he went to the engine of creation and got parts from that and upgraded his arm, and he just had like a big old thing. That'd be cool.
I think it'd be cool to like. There's like I think it'd be cool if he went in like more like the Iron Man route, where like he just has an even heavier piece of armor. He just kind of like is like super tanky, but that would still be like preservation. I think it'd be more interesting to see if we can't like do a version that's not preservation, maybe more like the Hunt version where he's just kind of more active. He's like sets the shield aside and gets serious. Or something.
I want him to carry more of Serval's instrument cases.
Oh yeah.
Like, just have the entire band's like case. So he already has a guitar case, but just like have like the drum kit.
Yeah, he just makes like an Iron Man suit out of all the different.
like a mic stand, like all this stuff. Oh my god. Like a bunch like the XLR cables like wrapped around. It's like Serval's going on in 20. I gotta go.
He uses the cable as like a whip. Just
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, what video game genre would we care to fit in? Oh, would our character fit in?
Fighting game. Luka would be in Punch Out. Yeah.
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 I could easily see Gepard being in like a turn-based strategy game. Well, like not like the turn-based not like a turn-based RPG like a Pokemon style or like a Persona, but more like like a Final Fantasy Tactics type thing where it's more like isometric strategy.
Nah, man, Gepard would be one of the paddles in Pong. He would just like have a shield. He'd just fucking slide around.
You see him sliding back and forth.
Yeah, it's him and Adventuring just shielding at each other with their two paddles.
I think they'd both be really good in a gacha game by Hoyover. Not sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question. Any other questions? Yes, back there. In an arm wrestle.
Luka.
I think Luka would probably win an arm wrestle.
Even without his mechanical arm, he's
I don't
made
know.
it
That
a
shield
point.
looks real heavy.
Nah, man, Luka, he's training every day.
That's true.
Eats his protein.
You know that is true. Gepard definitely has a lot more days where
Yeah.
like he can't be training every day. He's got to be
got
like
responsibilities.
he's got
He's
paperwork
doing-
to get
yeah.
through. He's at his desk just
Telling
giving out
other people
orders.
What to do.
so,
He's looking
you know,
old.
I think just from that, and he's also got youth on his side.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I'd love to see Luka and Gepard fight one day.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be awesome.
See how that turns out. you
Yeah.
know?
What was I gonna say? I think I saw another one kind of in that general area. Oh yes. What's a what?
Underrated line.
Oh, let me think. People always ask for like the old quotes and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I think I really do like wish more people would like ask me about. There's a if you go into like the character like profiles and stuff, and you can see like more voice lines about like how they feel about the other characters and all this different stuff. And there's one for Gepard where he talks about his hobbies, and he goes like, "Oh, I'd like to grow flowers. I'm just not very good at it."
On an ice planet.
Yeah.
When Luka is on the train, you can talk to him, and one of the lines he ends up saying, because he's talking about like, "Oh, the train's great and all," but like my one complaint, he has his one complaint about the train is about the food, and he says like the portion sizes are too small, and that was just the way I said it was really fun, just the weird delivery, but yeah, that one's underrated, I think.
Yes. Main team. I finally got a Lynx, so now I just need to figure out if I want to. I have Pela, so right now I've got a Bellabog team going. I've got Gepard, Serval, Lynx, and Pela. I need a Bronya because Bronya would be really good with. And my main, I usually swap out Pela with Zila when I really need to do damage or something. Like I kind of swap the others around, but I try to keep it like the Landau team as much as possible.
I
Where
run,
viable.
Right now, because, the meta, Luka Super Break team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I actually, just last night, I cleared MOC 12 with Super Break Luka.
Nice.
Yeah. 3 stars, by the way, first try. Legitimately, like not even joking.
I don't have enough good units to swap out as frequently as I probably should for certain things, but yeah, I have fun. I use the characters I like.
Yeah, no, I optimize around Luka.
I probably, if I wasn't one of the playables, I would probably play more that style. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I want my guy.
Yeah. Basically, it's like any team that like Boot Hill's good in, just take Boot Hill out and put Luka in there, and he works pretty much just as well. Honestly, like it's working pretty good.
My Serval is E6 finally, so that's
Okay.
fun. So she actually does a good amount of damage and DOT as well. But
Luka hit 400k yesterday on MOC, which was
nice.
pretty good.
Nice. What's that? Oh yeah.
Oh, Luka's pretty good. Build break. I'm gonna try to use like the new break set on him and see, but I'm still rolling relics.
Yeah. Any other questions? How much time we got? We got like 20 minutes left. Yes, in the back.
Out of curiosity, since he was the main character for Yu-Gi-Oh, do you know how to actually play Yu-Gi-Oh?
I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh back when I was in like college. I played a little bit as a kid, but it was one of those weird things that like my parents were those parents that were like, "You can't watch that show because it's got souls and demons and stuff like that."
Shadow Realm. I don't trust that Shadow Realm.
But like 20 years later, now I
don't know why your
am
parents
John Yu-Gi-Oh. So take that, parents.
And send your parents to the Shadow Realm.
I'll send you to the Shadow Realm. But no, yeah, I enjoyed playing it a little bit when I was a kid and a little bit as in college as kind of like a throwback. But I never really kept up with it or anything like that.
What kind of summoners you used to be a synchro or a fusion?
I mostly just used effect monsters, and I think when I was in college, I had a Fire King deck that would had XE summons and stuff as well. But I never really got into like the links and stuff like that. Synchros I didn't really use too much either. But yeah.
There's a fun little story. So me and Alejandro Saab, voice of Jingen, during lockdown, we were in the same pod. We were neighbors, so we were in the same pod together. So we decided we were gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh together. We
Oh,
were on a
nice.
big Yu-Gi-Oh kick. So we took our time. We built our decks, And he was like putting together like a hero deck, of like GX, and like I built like a Blue Eyes deck. And I realized that he was a lot more casual than me. So like the first time we dueled,
I'm very casual.
yeah, the first time we duel, we play, he goes first, and I was like, all right, cool, he does his turn, and I go, all right, cool, stand by main, and then he's like, what? I was like, so I do this response, and he's like, so like I like meta played him, like not meta played, but I like more like modern Yu-Gi-Oh'd him, and I like one turn killed him, and he was just like,
no.
I don't want to play anymore. So
I played Digimon TCG with
okay, yeah, that's a good one.
inconsistent regularity, but yeah.
Yeah, similar. But yeah, so if you know Alejandro for also being Sino in Genshin Impact, just know that in real life, he is really bad at card games. Hey, hell yeah.
Nice. Any other questions? We'll do in the back.
You yourself were in the Honkai Stare Rail universe. Which world or the canon
Well, I'm Chinese, so I'd be on the Shenzhou Wolf.
I honestly, I probably hate it. But I've always liked like cold places, so I probably would want to be in Bellabog. We were just talking. It's cold in here, but I love it. I'm very warm-blooded, but I probably would hate being around it constantly.
Yeah.
But I feel like I need to see Penacony. Penacony looks like fun.
I think you'd dig Penacony a lot.
Penacony seems like
but
a
it's
lot of
also like not really a place where people live. It's a place that people visit.
It's a place people. Oh, so it's like New York.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Or Dallas, Texas.
Yeah. Or I guess it's more like Space Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Space Vegas, but like also a little bit of like 1920s Chicago kind of stuff in there.
Yeah. I was throwing some shade at New York because I visited New York and I love it every time Manhattan, but like it does not seem like the kind of place I would want to live.
I'm too scared to visit New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? It's fun.
I've never been.
Well, go with a group for sure if you're worried about like getting lost or like
Okay.
and all that stuff.
I don't
But
know what
it's
I'm so
a
scared
lot of
of. I
fun.
live in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I've never been to LA.
don't go.
Oh.
It sucks there. Yeah. Anyway,
Yes. You had another question?
So between Bellabog, Zhou, and Penacony, which story arc is currently?
I mean, I haven't played I haven't finished the Xianzhou, but I've played up through. I beat the tree, and then I beat.
it's the deer.
It's the deer. Yeah, it was a deer. That was like a year ago.
Both. It's
It
a
was
deer
like
and a
year
tree.
ago. The way that I play games, and it's part of the reason I kind of misremembered, is because it was like a year ago. And the way that I play games is I have such a huge backlog that I finish a game and then I move on. So once I ran out of stuff to do in Honkai, I was like, okay, I finished the story, and I'll come back to it later. And then I keep coming back in spurts, but then I never play it long enough to actually catch up to where it is now. And so like that's my problem. I'm not an ongoing player. Like my ideal games are the ones that like. And nothing against Honkai Stare Rail. Like obviously I'm enjoying it. But like for me, the perfect games are the ones that have beginning, middle, end, and then like I can replay it if I want to, if it's short enough or something like that, or I can like get a concise experience and move on to the next thing in my backlog and stuff. But I've lost track of of the ones that I played so far. I really like the Bellabog story. I went on a tangent there.
Yeah. Penacony is phenomenal. I think it definitely has like the highest emotional, I guess, return. Like the greatest emotional beats I think come from Penacony. But I think it's also a little esoteric at times. It's a little hard to follow, but I think that's why I think Bellabog, just in a vacuum on its own, was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Not to be biased, but also it's just its own very contained, very digestible story.
That's also what I liked about Bellabog is it does feel very like that has a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
Whereas like at least what I've seen of Xianzhou, it does feel like it kind of got to a point and then it was kind of a cliffhanger and then there was more and then there's more cliffhanger and I'm still at that more cliffhanger part.
There's a lot of lore. There's a lot there's a grander scope to the history of and the events of the Shenzhou that just you as the Astral Express group they don't really dive into because it's not any of their business.
Yeah.
Guess that's why we're going back in 2.4. But that's why like during the the story part of it, I felt like there's a lot that was left unexplored.
Okay.
And I guess Hoyo thought so too because we're going back.
Yeah. Because like when it comes to stories and stuff like that, and I've never been much of like a history kid in terms of like going to school. Like history was probably one of my least favorite, just because like I don't know, it's something about like hearing things that people did a long time ago. It just doesn't resonate with me as much as like I'm playing the video game. I want to do the cool stuff, but like hearing about cool stuff that happened thousands of years ago, I'm just kind of like that's in one ear and out the other.
Yeah. Which one of these cool old dead guys in history am I gonna fight right now?
Yeah. Oh no.
I said, time to have some root deer.
Root deer. Oh no, God.
I get it.
Yes. Want their outfit? Yeah.
Well, I've already cosplayed Luka.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember actually. Now that you talk about it.
Yeah.
What's the? I would love to have a Gepard outfit, like the armor and everything like that. I think on more like on the casual side of things, like walking around like every day, I'd probably really like the MC's outfit. It seems comfy and like cool, but it also just looks stylish.
Yeah.
But Gepard, I would love to be in there like at some point. I need to. It's a lot, a lot of armor, and then the shield and everything like that. So. You're actually the first Gepard cosplayer I've gotten to see, and I think for the reasons I have outlined, it's you did a great job. Yes. Any other questions? Oh wait, you didn't answer. Oh wait, you said you already
Luka.
cosplayed.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not comfortable, by the way.
Oh, we addressed that earlier. You know what?
Skill issue. My Luka has hit harder than my boot hill before. That's because I've invested time into making Luka really good. Even as a 4-star, it just takes more effort and setup, but you can. They both can do great, and same with Gepard. Just gotta build them right.
So far, obviously for MOC and like the side stuff, I've needed to use a healer, but I have not needed a healer on any of my story stuff because my Gepard is broken. You don't need healing if you don't get hurt.
Yeah, the meta nowadays is just like, don't take any damage.
Yeah,
because they just have shielders and
I don't know how Aventurine plays because I haven't played it myself, so I don't know how much more reliable or like I don't know the meta of. Oh, thank you, 10. I don't know the meta of like how reliable his shield is versus like Gepard's because it seems like he's gambling themed, so I'd imagine his shield is tied to gambling, or is it not? Is it relatively reliable?
It's pretty reliable.
Okay.
Well, it passively triggers, like it applies the shield just sort of as certain things go off, as when his skill goes off, when his follow-up attack goes off.
But are they like smaller short spurts of shield, or do they get pretty big?
They are smaller shields, but they stack.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a lot less intentional when you can have the shield on, because like Gepard's very intentional. It's like, I need shield now.
And then it covers my Sila's entire health bar.
Yeah.
That's fun. I need to play more.
I need to play less.
Yes.
What limited 5-star character do you think would benefit if you put
Into the standard? Silver Wolf.
Silver Wolf? Yeah. I haven't used her very much though. Is she pretty decent as a support?
She's a good, she's a solid debuffer, but just having the elemental weakness application is just universally just useful. It's not necessarily the best anymore because characters like Acheron or Firefly will just shred toughness
They've been
regardless.
outmetaed.
Yeah, but I think if they need a quantum character in the standard banner.
I think
And then also just having Silverwolf being useful universal utility would be, I think, good. And I think I wouldn't say she's been power crapped, but I think she's in a good enough spot where she's balanced enough to be put into the standard banner.
The reason I was asking is because my debuff for go-to before I had Silverwolf was Pela, and like honestly, I've still discovered that people didn't know this, but apparently Pela can debuff on the Xianzhou those Mara stricken. So like Pela can just make them not have the revive ability. So like you just have to kill them once if you have Pela.
You know who can do that too? Luka.
Oh, Luka can do that too?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Luka can remove buffs.
Oh, nice.
He just punches them in the face and they forget to revive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They forget. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I am. He's in LA.
I was wondering if you feel like that limits your opportunities on video games.
Yeah, I mean, I've been able to do a handful of video games, and most of the studios, well, every studio I've worked with based out of LA have been open to letting me do it remotely. But obviously, it's the same with anime. Like the studios are going to use who is easier to schedule, especially if they're able to just come in person. So like, I feel like it has limited some of my ability to be in more games here and there. But like, I mean, I still feel like I'm doing all right for myself.
Yeah, you're doing great, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
From my experience talking to people in LA, like studios and like agents and casting directors and stuff, it's slowly shifting back into, we want local only in LA.
Yeah.
So it just happens. But yeah, like Bryson said, it's same here, where Crunchyroll's kind of
doing the same thing in the
so,
reverse.
I'm doing less anime now, but I'm doing more games and just dems to breaks.
It's just you when you go into an industry like acting and voice acting. There's just like certain areas that are better for certain things, and you got to take what you can with what is more available to you, and so it's compromises that you got to make. You can't have every cake and eat them all.
Well,
unless you're Alejandro Saab.
Yeah, unless you're Alejandro Saab.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people from Texas. That are in this game.
a lot of the OG cast is some Texas people, and I think that just has to do with the fact that like we were working on the original cast. Like we were working on the
remote.
beta and stuff. It was like 2 years before the game came out. So like we were cast in 2021, working on it for a lot, and it was all remote. So like there was a lot more of a wider net cast.
Yeah.
So
a lot
like
of
Danny
Texas,
Chambers, who plays Arlen, is in this with us.
I think Felicia didn't move yet, right?
Felicia, I don't think had moved yet.
Felicia didn't move yet. She was here.
There's a good amount of Molly's from Dallas. Molly, who plays Zila. There's a few
Natalie.
there's more New York people in there as well, like Rachel and Nick.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of us. Morgan's in it too.
Yeah, Morgan Le Ray.
Yes. Oh, we got 5 minutes. So me, I'm still and have only ever recorded remote for it. So I had in my old Houston apartment before I moved up to Dallas, I had like a walk-in closet that I treated really well. And then when I moved up here to Dallas a couple of years ago, the closet that I was going to use wasn't really optimal for recording. So I actually got like a full-on like whisper room booth that I use for all of my remote recording now.
When you say you treated a closet really well, it makes it sound like you like gave it compliments. And,
I was like,
gave it
you're doing
snacks.
so good, closet. Yes.
Positive reinforcement.
To be honest, though, that closet space, it didn't have as much isolation as my whisper room, but like acoustically, it was technically a better space.
Yeah, that tends to be the case for whisper rooms. But I've done both, remote and in person. When we started and I was doing like my NPCs and stuff, like that was,
From home.
the thick of it in lockdown. By the time we got to record Luka, I've done all Luka in studio.
Yes. Would I falter? Never.
Yeah.
never falter. Yes.
He said the thing.
I think Gepard would have to be a cat person.
I think Luka would be a dog person. He has that emote where he's got the little dog ears. Yeah, he's literally a dog person.
I'm a dog. I'm a dog person, but Gepard is definitely a cat person.
Yeah, I'm a cat person, but Luka's definitely a dog person.
I'm allergic to cats, so I'm dog by default.
So
but
am I.
I think also I'm just like, I still just really love dogs.
Yeah.
They're so expressive. I got 2 babies at home.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah. Don't you remember the sessions where you're like, the dog was just like coming in? Or like,
Well, they
yeah.
wouldn't come in the booth or anything, but they were
Yeah.
just like kind of chilling in the
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
And then sometimes they'll hear something outside and bark, and I'm like, okay, I'm putting you in the other room now.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, you had to put him in the other room.
He directed me for Prince of Tennis, so like sometimes
Yeah.
I'd have to be like, sorry, Theo.
Like, you know, there's a dog. It's good times.
But yes, I think we have time for one last question, and then we will be back upstairs. Yes.
I know this is weirdly specific and kind of funny. I've done this in the main storyline and some simulated universes, but have you ever played against Gepard as Gepard?
Yeah. Of course. Maybe it's just because I haven't gone to like the super high level like worlds in like in MOC or simulated universe, but I have not struggled against Gepard nearly as much as everyone seems to, because like I feel like I've struggled a ton against Kafka in like simulated universe because she's always debuffing my guys or something like that. I suck against that Kafka SU, but I think I also just don't have the right units leveled to take advantage of her weaknesses. So
You need effect res.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Did you struggle against Gepard in anything? Because like I don't remember particularly having much trouble against him.
I don't know how much I've actually struggled in general in the game, because I just
Yeah.
have all the units and I play pretty consistently and I
Yeah.
build them up pretty well. So yeah, I'm good.
Can't relate. Too good at the game.
There was one time, the very first Pure Fiction, you know how it's 60k points to get full marks or full stars? I got 59,999 once. It was literally 1 point off.
I don't remember
That was a
numbers.
struggle in its own way, but anyway.
But yeah, thank you guys so
Yeah,
much for
on
coming out to
that.
the Honkai Stare Rail panel.
Thank you for coming.
If any of you haven't yet, we are going to be up on the 3rd floor that does exist. Apparently, some people don't know that there's a 3rd
Yeah,
floor
there's a
here.
whole dealer room.
There's an entire dealer's room. We're
Yeah.
up there at our tables. If you want to get pictures or any signatures, we've got prints available for Luka and Gepard as well.
Yeah.
So be sure to stop by and say hi, and we'll be there right after this.
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
if you have something.
I actually have a Heaven Officials Blessing panel at 3, so
Okay.
like half an hour.
All right.
So